guys, this is Desert Operator here to talk to you about different off-body carry options. So here we have two Vertex bags. This is going to be the Vertex Transit 1.0. This is the Vertx Commuter 1.0. Both of these are not really sold anymore because they're so old. I've had this one for about 5.5 to 6 years now. This one I've had for about 2. They do have the 2.0 versions, which are a little different. We'll talk to you about that soon. So I'm going to be talking about the specifications for the newer models rather than the models I have, because these are the ones that are going to be on the market for you. Some of the specs for the Vertex bags are they all have bonded nylon threading throughout the bags for retention. They are made of a proprietary material for the construction outside of the bag. And they all have the YKK self-repairing nylon coil zippers to help keep it from snagging. Now we're going to discuss some of the specifications for each bag. For the Vertex Transit 2.0, the overall height of the bag is 16.5 inches. The width is 10.5 inches and the depth is 4.75 inches. It's a 13-liter bag with a concealed carry portion of the bag that has a height of 16.5 inches, a width of 10.5 inches, and a depth of 2.5 inches. Whereas the Vertex Commuter 2.0 is a little bit larger. The bag has an overall height of 20 inches with a width of 12.5 inches and a depth of 6 inches. It is a 17-liter bag with a concealed carry option that has a height of 20 inches, a width of 11.5 inches, and a depth of 2.5 inches. Now that we've looked at the specifications for these two different bags, we're going to take a deep dive to see what the insides look like and some different options for what you can put inside of them. Alright, so this is the Vertex Transit 1.0. This is going to be a representation of the 2.0. Some of the differences on the outside that you're going to see with the 2.0 is this handle right here is actually going to be a full handle. That's pretty much it for the outside. There are going to be little zippers, or there's going to be a piece right here that has a snap on it so that it will hold the zipper up. The 1.0 unfortunately does not have that. So for our first deep dive, we're going to go into the middle pocket. So this is just a representation of the different types of stuff you can have. With this little guy right here, all I really have is some extra batteries. Normally I'll put like my AirPods, something like that in there. This is just going to be another organizer pack that I have. This is going to have a battery charger for my phone. It's going to have some money. I normally keep a Sharpie, a pen, some sort of eating tool, ibuprofen, just stuff like that. Have our med kit right here. This is going to be a standard IFAK. And then I'm going to swap it over here. On this side, you're going to be able to have spots for your pens. You can either put flashlights, Leathermans, or magazines in these pockets. It will fit double stack and single stack mags. Also from Vertex, you can get one of their little bag inserts, which on the outside it will have a spot for more magazines. On the inside it has a little divided organizer. It does have the male-sided Velcro here, and it does have a clip for attaching to either the outside of the bag or to other spots. There's also going to be a little dump pouch right here with a zipper, and you can keep your wallet, other stuff like that. There's going to be a little key lanyard here. On the back side, you do have your laptop holder, so you can stretch it out. Now this bag is on the smaller side, so you're going to have to use a small laptop such as a Surface Pro or like an iPad. This portion is just to hold the backing for the structure support for the bag, but you can put little notebooks, stuff like that on the inside. And finally, for the main pocket, Vertex does give you a little Velcro holder. This is so that if you do decide you want to put a water bladder in here, such as a Camelback, you can. And then you can run your zippers up to the top and interlace them. As you see, this one I did break. I have had this bag for 5+ years, so it's gone through a lot of abuse. On the front, you'll have your discreet front here. Then you will have your tactical MOLLE. This is going to have a Velcro patch section and then standard MOLLE for the outside. I have inserted a small IFAK board that I made. This can basically hold whatever flat stuff you want. If you do choose to, you can also tuck the front pouch into the bag and Velcro that down, and now you have your MOLLE exposed. For the fun part of the bag, we have our concealed carry portion. So here, you can also get a laser cut MOLLE panel. You can attach all kinds of different stuff on here. For me, I just have a tourniquet and then a pair of small shears. Through Vertex, they also have the Tactigami mag holder. You can adjust this to be for single stack or double stack. Through my company, Minuteman Tactical, I have made different sheaths and holsters with the Velcro backing so that it will stick on here, and you can actually deploy the knife from the bag. Same thing with the gun holster. I chose to go with a actual Kydex holster for the bag because the Tactigami version here just doesn't give enough retention for the gun. I've had to add other Velcro pieces to it so that it'll actually hold the gun. One thing I'm never a big fan of is having a floppy holster where the actual holster itself can flop in and potentially trigger your gun to fire. So I've always opted to go with a Kydex option. And if you guys decide you want to do that, you can always go through different companies. My company is Minuteman Tactical, LLC.com, and you can find a holster such as this. Also, the back panel here, Premier Body Armor and Vertex came together to design body armor plates for all of their different bags. This is level 3A armor. It is specifically made for this bag so that it will fit perfectly in the back panel. So the idea of this is that you can have this bag on you and have your panel in here. You can deploy your gun, and this can be held over your chest for protection. Now we have the Commuter 1.0. The first thing you're going to notice is this bag is a little bit larger. It also sports 3 different main pockets instead of just 2. So, diving into the first main pocket we have, it's going to be the same backboard where it has the Velcro backing. One of the main differences you'll see with this one though is the front does not have the Velcro. Instead, it has these large pockets. They're just basically dump pouches where you can put magazines, stuff like that. It will fit 308 mags, AK mags, and AR-15 mags. I also used one of them as a personal IFAK. It will also have the standard laptop strap, and it will also come with the same Vertex water bladder holder. It still has the same backing portion where you can put notebooks, different stuff like that that's more flat. Then going to the main section, this is going to be your organizing section. It's a little bit smaller. So this side, you'll have multiple different sized pen holders, flashlight holders, stuff like that, one magazine holder, and then you'll have the small dump organizer with the little lanyard. The front is constructed the same as the other bag. So you will have your tactical MOLLE here with the Velcro. This is the one that will have the actual snaps to hold the zippers up. And the snap portion will be right here, so if you want to put stuff in here and not have it unzip on itself, it will hold it. Both these bags also do come with a little strap where you can hook it and then put shoes or small duffels, stuff like that, into the bag. This one, you can also pull that same panel up and insert the covert cover so that the tactical panel will be displayed. Moving into the main portion of the bag, or as I like to call it, the fun portion, you do have Velcro on both the front and back portions of this. It will also have the same zipper so that you can put the larger Premier Body Armor insert in here. You can use the smaller one, but it won't cover in the whole bag, and it can potentially move around or shift inside of the bag. Both of the bags will have the standard buckle, so it can come off here. The one main difference with the strap itself between the two is this one will have a release at the top. It's a swivel release. Of course, it's a little tight. The one thing I've noticed with this bag is that this will squeak when it's moving on you. However, you throw some baby powder on it, it'll get rid of that squeak for you. They do also have the standard 1913 strapping here, and they do also come with a strap lanyard on the side. I decided to remove it for the smaller bag because I found it wasn't necessary with how small the bag is. They do have a padded meshing on the back, and if you see here on both of these bags, there is a pocket right here. This is not something for storage. However, if you're wanting to travel with this, you can put the suitcase handle through both of these bags and set it on top of the suitcase itself. One of the great things about both of these bags and almost all of their Vertex bags is they have the rapid deploy handle. So all you have to do is grab this, rip it down, and then you can grab your gun and deploy your firearm. This would normally be slung over your chest, so you'd have it in this position. You could pull your gun and then use that. As I stated before, this is what a typical EDC for my Vertex Transit will be. Normally I'll have the medical kit. This is typically like a boo-boo kit along with an IFAK, tourniquet, shears. I do have the organizer pouch. Typically I'll carry a mag in the firearm and then 2 mags separate. Sometimes I will have the larger mag in with the gun here in the back. I will have the Premier body armor always in my bag. Leatherman, flashlight, some sort of fixed blade knife with me. As I stated before, I have had this bag for about 5+ years. This has been my everyday carry bag. It has had a lot of abuse. It's been rained on, it's gotten mud, it's gotten thrown around, it has scratches on it. It even survived one of my puppies chewing on the straps and stuff. It does have wear, but I do love this bag and I want to push it to its full potential. I use this on the range, I take it hiking, I go to Disneyland with this bag, obviously not with some of these items in here, but in general, this bag has been a fantastic bag. Now I want to discuss some of your different carry options for handguns inside of this bag. Whether you choose to go with either the Vertex Transit, the Commuter, the Gamut, or any of their other options that they offer. Personally, like I said, I don't like the Tactigami holster. I found that yes, it is kind of universal for different types of guns. It is kind of sized accordingly for large, medium, and small frame pistols, so you have to choose which option you want. One of the main things I found is that it has this little ejection port hole on both the top and bottom, and I've found that if you have suppressor height sights such as this, show that it's clear, this sight will snag inside of there, which is why I've had to attach some sort of Velcro inside of there to keep it from snagging as I'm trying to pull the gun out of the holster. I don't like that it's flimsy for the fact that just out of sheer confidence that when I insert the gun that it's not going to accidentally trip the trigger. The other thing I've had a problem with too is that none of the Tactigami holsters will actually work with a RMR on your gun. If you do have the RMR, typically the trigger guard's not going to be fully covered. So because of that, I have switched over to having different types of holsters that I make specifically with Velcro on the back. This one's for a Glock 19 with the TLR1 and an RMR cut. This one is for my Glock 43X. It is clear. This has the TLR7 sub on it, and this is kind of an emergency type holster where if you need to put this on, you can. It still has the backing. With my company Minuteman Tactical, I have been prototyping a holster itself that has the Velcro backing, so you can put it in your bag, and then you can, if you choose to, put this holster on body. You don't have the Velcro rubbing against your skin. When I was originally first starting off making holsters, I would make something like this, and then I'd have a separate holster inside of the bag. That just means there's more space being taken up, it makes the bag heavier, it makes it more bulky. And I hated having to have 2 holsters with me all the time. So my solution was to make a holster that could double for both. I've been working on different prototype designs, so this would be just a standard inside the waistband cover to help protect you from the Velcro. And then also, I've been working on a prototype design that has an RTI hanger, so if you choose to carry outside the waistband, you have that option as well. And this has a lot of retention. Personally, I like the Vertex Transit 1.0 over the Vertx Commuter. The reason is I'm a smaller guy. This is a smaller bag. With how large the Commuter is, I personally feel like you might as well have a dual strap bag, which I do have the Vertex Gamut, which I'll show in another video. That is considered my get home bag, whereas these are more everyday carry bags where if I'm going shopping, stuff like that, I'll have these with me. We're in the car. Like I said, I like this bag more than the Commuter just because of its size. I am carrying ample amounts of supplies with me, gear, stuff like that, and I can still fit more in this bag. So I feel like personally there's no need to go with a larger bag. The only reason I could see using the Commuter is if you're deciding to put a PDW inside of your bag. That would be a great off-body carry option for a larger firearm that has a little bit more firepower than a handgun. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you want to support our channel, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to, you can go to our website through the link in the description on the channel, and you can see all the different holster options we offer. Thank you very much.